Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I'm back in my home office today. Right, so in this video, I'd like to share about ChatGPT, specifically how we can use ChatGPT to learn more effectively, how we can use ChatGPT to facilitate and to accelerate and to boost our learning. And I get inspiration to make this video when I come across a tweet on by Alex Progan on Twitter. So let's dive in. Right. So basically, this video is about what how we can use ChatGPT and what are the prompts that we can use to help us to learn something new topics, complex topic. So in this particular video, in this particular sharing, by the way, I came across the tweet by Alex Progan on Twitter. This is Alex Progan. If you're on Twitter, maybe you want to follow him. He's sharing a lot of good stuff on AI, especially on AI application, AI tools, tips and tricks, how we can use AI in the most effective way to harness the power of AI. So this particular tweets that I came across, Alex shared some of the prompts that we can use to accelerate and to boost our learning. So I want to share in this video one of the tweets, one of the prompts, and I will do more series of video on this one. First is actually how we can use ChatGPT to help us learn complex concepts. And I think that we can also teach our students to use ChatGPT for this purpose to help their learning. So one of the techniques or strategies that we can use to learn complex concepts is something called mental models. Develop mental models for complex concepts. So before I explain the prompt here, let's jump to ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT, what's the meaning of mental model, which we can use to learn complex concept? And this is what ChatGPT gives us. The term mental model refers to a cognitive framework or representation that individuals use to understand and make sense of the world around them. It is a mental construct that helps organize information, interpret experiences, and guide decision making. Mental models are internal representations of how things work and how certain concepts are related. They are shaped by our experiences, our knowledge, our beliefs, and cultural influences. Mental models can be conscious or subconscious and play a significant role in how we perceive, reason, and interact with the world. Mental models can take various forms such as analogies, metaphors, visualizations, or simplified representation. So I particularly love to use analogies and metaphors to visualize the concept, to try to explain complex concept or complex principle. So this is basically what mental model is about. So analogies, metaphors, visualization, or simplified representation, they help us to simplify complex information, make predictions, and fill in gaps when faced with incomplete data. Mental model also enable us to make connections between different concepts. So just like connecting the dots and apply knowledge from one domain to another. These models are not fixed or universal, but can evolve and change over time as we learn and gain new insights. They are powerful tools for learning, problem solving, and decision making, allowing us to navigate the complexities of the world by providing a structured framework for understanding and interpreting information. So that's basically what is mental model. I think for teachers, educators, we need to really understand the concept of mental model and how we can leverage mental model to help explain complex concept to the student, and maybe we can teach our students to understand about mental model and how they can apply mental model to help them learn complex concept. And now with ChatGPT, we can use ChatGPT to help us with uh, come up with example or metaphors or analogies, which is a mental model. So, what prompt that we can use for this purpose? So, this is an example of prompt that we can use. Help me create mental models or analogies to better understand and remember key concepts in. Then we specify the topic or the skill or the concept that we want the mental model. We want ChatGPT to uh, give us the mental model. So let's try that in ChatGPT. So I have two examples here. So this is the prompt basically, but this is where we insert the topic or the concept that we want ChatGPT to suggest the mental model. So help me to create mental models or analogies to better understand and remember key concepts in, for example, blockchain. So I use blockchain as an example because blockchain is something I consider a complex concept. It's difficult to understand. So this is what we get. This is what ChatGPT gives us. Certainly, mental models and analogies can be helpful tools to understanding complex concepts like blockchain. Here are a few analogies. So it gives five, five analogies or five metaphors, which is a mental model. So digital ledger. Imagine blockchain as a digital version of a traditional ledger, blah, blah, blah. Another one, second example, puzzle pieces. So visualize each block in the blockchain as puzzle pieces. Each piece contains a unique set of transactions when multiple pieces are linked together and so on. Number three here, public bulletin board. Another analogy, another metaphor, another mental model to help us to understand more and more what blockchain is about. Then the fourth example and the fifth example. And of course, we can ask for more from ChatGPT. Please give more. And ChatGPT will obediently give us more mental model, more analogies, more metaphor. So can you see how powerful is ChatGPT here to help us understand, to help students understand complex concept by using the daily example or common familiar example that we can relate to, because remember mental model is also bring our experience to understand new concept. So that's one example using blockchain as a complex concept where we want ChatGPT to produce to give us the mental model. The second example that I use here, I said simple instruction, just repeat again because ChatGPT will remember. Repeat for Internet of Things, IoT. And again, five example, five analogies, five metaphors that ChatGPT give us to understand about IoT. So digital nervous system, web of things, symphony orchestra. So visualize the IoT as a symphony orchestra where each device or sensors plays a different instrument. Digital ecosystem, invisible helpers, and so on. Okay, so I think that's about all for this video. Basically, how we can use ChatGPT to help us accelerate our learning. We can use a prompt. So the first one here, I'll be sharing more in the next video. But this one is actually how we can use ChatGPT to help us develop mental models for complex concepts. All right, so that's about all for this video. I hope you have I've given value for your time, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, World of Imagination. I'll be sharing more on various AI tools and AI applications on ChatGPT, on Mid Journey, on various Chrome extensions to give more uh, power to ChatGPT and so on, so that we can really fully harness the power of AI to help us to learn more effectively, and then we can teach our students also to use all these tools in a more effective manner, right? So that's what about all for now, and have a nice day, everyone.